Dwight Howard has been making waves while playing in the Taiwanese basketball scene, and it doesn't look like his domination on the court will be stopped anytime soon. The man seems to be in a league of his own. If you want to learn more about the latest news about Dwight Howard and his exploits in Taiwan, stick around until the end of the video. First up, how did he end up in Taiwan? Dwight Howard surprisingly went unsigned and stepped into the world of NBA free agency this past summer. However, while most people would stop, evaluate themselves, and call it quits, the 37-year-old decided that it was too soon to hang up his basketball shoes and decided to make a move to Taiwan. These days, Howard can be found ripping up the courts of the Taoyuan Leopards in the T1 League of Taiwan.
我们来看一下 Dwight Howard， 其实在今天进攻端的部分在1对1的防守，他当然要。
Normally, players from foreign countries are paid a maximum of $20,000 as their salary. However, Dwight Howard, a future NBA Hall of Fame inductee, would get special treatment. According to most sources, Dwight the Superman Howard is getting paid a salary of $1 million. That's still small potatoes compared to most NBA players' current salaries, but Howard has earned his fair share of the bank throughout his career, and we feel this stint in Taiwan is simply because of his love for the game. Now, if you're wondering why he's getting paid such a large amount, it's because of all the publicity he's bringing to the Taiwanese league. Next up, did Howard live up to his name? We can tell you with 100% surety that Dwight lived up to all the publicity he promised to the league. The big man has been tearing up the court since he stepped foot in Taiwan. He has been dunking like crazy, draining three-pointers, and initiating offensive dribbles from anywhere he gets a pass. After seeing all this, we're sure you'll understand how the people of Taiwan and even the announcers are busy throughout the game, fawning over the ability of this ex-NBA legend. From what we can tell, since Howard started playing for the Leopards, there hasn't been an empty seat in even one of their games. In one of his recent games, he pulled off some insane numbers. He finished with 38 points, 25 rebounds, and 9 assists. The man was 1 assist away from finishing the night with a triple-double, which is an insane feat to pull off for anyone. He even went 8 for 12 off the foul line, even though he's known as a notoriously bad free throw shooter. The highlights of his gameplay in the Taiwanese league were posted online and quickly amassed millions of views by viewers worldwide. The man has somehow managed to get back on top of the basketball world, and all he's done is play the game he loves. We're happy for him with the way his career is going these days. Coming up, could he have survived in the NBA? Last season, Howard played for the Lakers for 60 games, and the man looked in pretty good shape, so you can imagine why many people were surprised when they didn't sign him for another season. Regardless, it happened the way it did, and we don't think Howard could have made a better decision for his career. The way the Lakers are playing up until this point in the season, they could use a stretch 5 right now. We think it's safe to say that letting Howard cross the waters to go and play in Taiwan wasn't their best or smartest move. However much they may regret their decision now, it's too late. While playing for the Lakers, he was typically either a pick-and-roll dive man or the post scorer in the NBA. That said, since he's transferred over to the Leopards, he's been playing more like a point center. If you watched him play, you'd see how he was constantly driving the ball from the perimeter and trying to dunk everything around the rim. We'd even go so far as to say that there were even a few moments where we felt like we were watching prime Howard. It felt like a blast from the past, watching him score all those points and dominate the Taiwanese court like he once did in the NBA. Finally, how does it all look for Howard? Somehow, we've been getting a bunch of glimpses of Howard playing at his best in the Taiwanese league, and it doesn't look like he plans on stopping anytime soon. The dude looks like he's having a ton of fun throwing the ball around with the Leopards, and we wouldn't be surprised if he played for a few more seasons. With how things are going, we don't think we'll see him retire anytime soon. We couldn't be happier for the NBA legend. While his days of being the best on an NBA court are long behind him, for one night, Howard relived his glory days and remembered who he was and everything he'd done to get to this level. There's no other way to say this. Howard promised the fans a show, which he gave them. He certainly came through on his promise to deliver a world-class show night after night, and we couldn't be happier to see him flourishing in the beautiful basketball game. We hope he continues to enjoy the twilight of his career like this. There's no denying the fact that Taiwanese fans are thrilled to have a player like Dwight Howard on their team. Throughout the match, we could see him loving the praise he was receiving, and in return, he gave the fans exactly what they wanted: a show for the ages. We hope he continues to inspire young basketball fans like this for ages to come. Now, let's take a closer look at how his debut in Taiwan went. First up, Howard made a huge impact on the Taiwanese basketball scene. Dwight Howard may not be the NBA superstar he once was, but he has proven that he still has it in him to deliver stellar performances on a basketball court. While he may no longer be able to stack up insane stat sheets in the NBA, it seems like he's made up his mind to dominate the T1 League in Taiwan till the end of the days. Getting off to a great start in his debut match for the Leopards in the T1 League in Taiwan, it was clear that the locals were not used to seeing this level of dominance on display. He put on one of the best shows Taiwanese basketball fans had seen in a long time. You have to remember that this guy was once considered the best player in the NBA at one point. Howard is a future NBA Hall of Fame inductee, and he certainly proved why he deserved his spot in the highest echelon of American basketball. Next up, how good is Dwight Howard? In case you're not up to date with all the accomplishments this phenomenal athlete has managed to garner throughout his career, we'd be more than happy to bring you up to date. The man is an 8-time NBA All-Star. Not just that, he recently went on to win a ring back in 2020 and was crowned the NBA champion. Of course, when people discovered that Dwight Howard was about to debut in the T1 League, they expected big things from him. Like most legends, Dwight accepted the challenge, and we can tell you one thing, he did not disappoint. The ex-NBA player had possibly the most sensational debut the league has ever seen. He collected a whopping 38 points, 25 rebounds, and 9 assists. He wasn't only a threat on the offensive either, as he did his fair share of work on his side of the court. Plus, he managed to garner 9 blocks. The man was swatting shots straight out of the air. Whenever somebody went up against him, they could not land a bucket. We love what this man is accomplishing at this point in his career. He doesn't seem to be slowing down even an inch. Finally, can we expect more sensational performances from Howard? Dwight Howard delivered such a sensational performance on the basketball court while playing for the Leopards that he was named the player of the game. To put things into perspective, the Leopards were in a double-digit deficit in the fourth quarter. However, Superman was ready to bring that back from the brink. We can safely say that Howard single-handedly saved the Leopards from an agonizing defeat, and instead helped them spectacularly beat their opponents. He shot 14 of 32 from the field and even landed 2 3-pointers. In other words, he was a godsend for the Leopards. The big man was able to act as a solid ball handler when his team needed him. Alongside draining buckets, he ensured no one got past him while on defense. We hope he can continue playing in this insane manner in the near future. Well, that's a wrap for this video. Do you think Howard can keep up this level of basketball? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.